have here, boy.
So we're back. It's been another 2 weeks, and unfortunately, we have to start the show off with talking about a tragedy within the community. So a friend of mine, known as Reinhardt, who was one of the co-hosts of The Paranormies, had passed away this weekend. He was taken away from us in a freak car accident. He leaves behind his widow and child. We do have a Give, Send, Go. It's www.givesendgo.com/Ape Mountain. He was really Nephilim pilled. He didn't believe in the Hollow Earth, but he did believe in the flat Earth sort of layer cake theory, where all the realms of existence were stacked on top of each other. So it's like a mix of flat Earth plus heathen beliefs that the Nordics believed in. He was a very avid follower of the Lord of the Rings. He could speak fluently 2 different Elven dialects and write languages. He also knew why they couldn't take the Eagles to Mordor. Like, I don't know why, but he knew the answer why. So that's how far into the lore he was.
Wow, and he didn't die a virgin.
No. He had a kid. He was a sonar technician in the Navy.
Did he name the child after something in like Lord of the Rings?
I don't think he did anything like that. I think his kid has a normal name. But anyways, moving on.
He has limited autism then.
Or weaponized.
Yeah, weaponized. Yeah.
But like some of the older episodes from Skinwalker tapes, I did a couple of collab episodes with them, and so people are asking, what is even a Labubu? Because there's a bunch of controversy being popped up around it. So first things first, Labubu is a girl, and people assume it's a boy. But the fan base is quick to correct that. So Labu isn't a standalone character. It's part of a larger group called the Monsters, created by Hong Kong artist Kai Seng Long. The Monsters debuted in a Nordic mythology-inspired picture book trilogy in 2015 and 2019 by toy giant Pop Mart, and it turned them into viral vinyl collectibles that we know today. So Labubu is described as an elvish creature. According to Pop Mart, despite a mischievous look, she is kind-hearted and always wants to help, but often accidentally achieves the opposite. She may look small and scary, but she means well. So you spot a creature that looks like a Labubu that has a spiked tail. Well, that's not her. That's Zemomo, who's the leader of the monsters, and no, they are not a couple. She has a boyfriend named Taikoko, who's a skeleton-looking vegetarian monster. But Labubu's rise in popularity...
If you're a skeleton, why do you need to eat?
That's probably why he's a skeleton.
Yeah,
I'm still thinking about the Labusi.
So Labubu's rise in popularity can be largely credited, to Lisa from Blackpink, who had professed her love for the creature over interviews on social media, and since then demanded has exploded with fans lining up overnight and paying well over several hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today, the Monsters series and Pop Mart's best-selling franchise generated $419 million in sales just last year alone, according to NBC News. Now, although the prize items are vinyl plush bag charms, you can still get your hands on other Labubu figures, accessories, and band collections. So these things are almost like gotcha. They're like, it's just like a random thing. You buy a box, and it's random what's in there. So you don't know what you're getting. And that's what's like driving the hype and like this artificial scarcity and value of what...
I see.
So perhaps the hottest growing conspiracy theory on TikTok has parents worried that Labubu dolls are demonic. So they're trying to say this is like linked to Pazuzu. Theories about the wildly popular toy supposedly having demonic origins are going viral, with some claiming that it's Pazuzu, but the demon is also known as Lamashtu Astareth. Now, if there's any truth to these conspiracy theories, or is this just another satanic panic? Which I'm thinking the latter. So here's what you want to know about this. The Labubu dolls were inspired by Nordic folklore, and based off of elven stories. Now, they said the design of the dolls is something with like rabbit-looking features and covered in fur. Now, if I were going to say that we're connected to like an entity, I would say Ishtar or the cult of Minerva with anything rabbit-related. So, however, toward the end of 2024, religious influencers started posting videos expressing concern over the origin, suggesting that Nordic folklore is pagan and therefore demonic. Now, one early example of this panic happened last November when an exorcist appeared on a podcast suggesting that the dolls should not be bought by Christians and they should represent demons. And the theory spread further this year when TikTokers like @TailOfficial gaining over 480,000 views in May for a video attempting to link the doll's origin to paganism and discouraging Christians from buying them. Theories about the dolls being demonic have only gotten bigger throughout this year. And some people are continuing to spread the theories and suggest that their ties to Nordic folklore go against Christianity, despite long saying they're just based on elves and not demons. On the other hand, others are defending Labubu dolls and calling out those who claim they're satanic. Some people are even making memes about the panic, such as TikToker Alejandro Ordenes Gone 05, who posted a wholesome, funny video of his younger sister bringing the Labubu doll to church and getting it blessed because of the conspiracy theories. Another viral example of the panic over the Labubu dolls are being demonic comes from now deleted TikToker Nocorious. In her video, she films herself under an image of a Labubu doll with an AI-generated image meant to represent the Mesopotamian Pazuzu, but it's like the correct visual representation. The video suggests the relation between the two as if Labubu was based on Pazuzu, but there's no evidence to suggest that was based on Pazuzu. Many have pointed out the AI generation Pazuzu image doesn't resemble traditional drawings or sculptures or carvings, of that matter, of Pazuzu anyway, suggesting that she's just making this up to spread the theory even further. Now, when a user on Twitter went viral over 300,000 likes for posting a screenshot of the video, calling it religious psychosis. And the only injustice about Labubu are these amateur conspiracy theorists getting hundreds of thousands of views for spreading religious misinformation.
They couldn't just run with the thing's stupid looking, don't buy it. They had to fucking make it about all this other garbage.
I think the person that made it up is like a billionaire now. Like it's gone so viral, and I just can't believe it's been that big of a thing.
Yeah, but like they do that with anything that catches on big time really quickly. It's like, oh, it's gotta be them. There's gotta be some demons behind it. Hey, you know what else comes from Eastern European myths and whatever? Easter, the week of Easter. It was something that Christianity we didn't appropriate it.
And like every fucking holiday.
Like every fucking holiday, exactly. And why it wasn't appropriated, it was something that during the times of the missionaries were like, hey, oh, you guys celebrate this? Yeah, we Christians also have this party that is called Christmas, and we do something similar. Why don't you come over with us? Because at the time they were a minority and they couldn't forcibly convert, the masses at the time. So, you had to play. They had to play nice. So, you can be like, hey, you can come here. We can have some wine. Sharing is caring, yeah. And while we're here, would you mind if I tell you about my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
So still staying on monstrous rabbits. So some rabbits were spotted with horn-like growths on their faces in northern Colorado, and they're doing better than they look. So rabbits in northern Colorado have been spotted with bizarre, somewhat grisly horns on their face. Now, some guys are saying that these are, what do they call them, jackalopes, but like they look more like tentacles to me. But wildlife officials say the bunnies are likely ultimately going to be okay, and they're not a danger to others, at least to non-rabbits. And the tentacle-like faced bunnies are infected with Shopi papillomavirus, so it sounds something like warts to me. I remember
it's basically HPV.
I was thinking it sounds like genital warts for being known to procreate a lot. The Shopi papillomavirus is known only to affect rabbits and hares, but not humans or other animals yet, says Kara Van Hoos, a spokesperson for the Colorado Parks and Wildlife. Most rabbits, it's also a harmless infection. Infected animals are able to clear it from their system on their own, they said. That once the virus is gone, the growths, which are made of the same keratin found in your hair and nails, will fall off. In a minority of cases, the infection can induce squamous cell skin cancer. The infection can also cause problems with associated growths popping up near the eyes or the mouth, which they might interfere with foraging or eating, they say. It's not clear whether there are actually more rabbits than usual infected with the Shopa papillomavirus, but northern Colorado this summer, They said they haven't received any reports of horn-faced rabbits before a local news story published on August 8th drew attention of sightings at Fort Collins. Since then, multiple people have called the agency, and they say it's hard to tell how many infected rabbits there really are. It's also difficult if they get 10 reports and it's just 10 different rabbits, or the 2 rabbits that maybe they're seen 5 different times. So, like I said, these growths aren't infectious. The spire spreads from bites through mosquitoes, ticks, and fleas, so it tends to peak in the summer and fade away in the colder months. Discovering the namesake of the virus, virologist Richard Shope first identified the pathogen in 1933 in the U.S. Midwest. It was also the first to identify the influenza A virus, among other, to pinpoint particular flu pathogens and a culprit of the deadly 1918 pandemic. His work on the rabbit virus formed a basic of understanding of the human HPV strain, which some cause cancer, and the line of the research ultimately led to the development of the HPV vaccine, which dramatically reduces the risk of cervical and other cancers linked to HPV. Though the horned rabbits aren't a danger to humans or pets, he advised just to keep your distance from the creatures as you would with any wild animals. So, I don't know.
The rabbit! That's the most foul, cruel, and bad-tempered rodent you ever set eyes on. That rabbit's got a vicious streak a mile wide. It's a killer.
Oh, yeah?
I'm warning you.
Yeah, I would just shoot that thing.
What's he do? Nibble your bum?
That's probably how they got spread. So new derogatory phrases are popping up online thanks to the cultural pushback against artificial intelligence. So clanker, wireback, and cogsucker are some of the words that people are using to use the inescapable inevitability of AI developments and the approaching digital into everything from entertainment to work. And their answer is slurs. So let's review these. So clanker is like the big one that I've been seeing a lot of. Wireback, it doesn't sound that harsh to me, man.
Wireback.
I think tech.
Like that.
I think techback would sound harsher. They're saying cogsucker, and well, these aren't like automatons, you know. These aren't like clockwork people. So I think that's for like an older day and age, you know.
Copper blooded.
Yeah.
Ah, but we're technically we also got copper on our.
You know what? I bet you
On
if
our
I
vein.
took some time to think about it, I'd get some really good ones invented.
I mean,
So AI is everywhere on Google, summarizing search results, deciphering web traffic to digital publishers on social media platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, adding misleading context to viral posts, and even powering Nazi chatbots. Well, Grok was Mecha Hitler a while back, so we'll see if he returns.
Yeah.
But generative AI and large language model numbers trained on huge data sets are being used as therapists to consulted for medical advice and feeling spiritual psychosis, directing self-driving cars and churning out everything from college essays to cover letters to breakup messages. That's kind of fucked up. But alongside this deluge of growing sense of discontent from people fearful of artificial intelligence stealing their jobs and worried that the effect might have on future generations, people are using their literacy and problem-solving functions. This is a world where popularity in AI robot slurs have skyrocketed, being thrown at everything from ChatGPT servers to delivery drones to automated customer service representatives. So, like Rolling Stone had spoke with 2 language experts saying that the rise in robot and artificial intelligence slurs came from this cultural pushback. They're saying the slang is moving so fast that the LM trained on everything that happened before it was not going to have immediate access to how people were using a particular word. We're saying that this was from an associate professor of linguistics at UC Berkeley on humans, and on the Urban Dictionary are always going to win out. So clanker is the most popular and current of the slurs, which was first used in the 2005 Star Wars first-person shooter game Republic Commando, according to Know Your Meme. It was introduced to most audiences in 2008 episodes of the animated series Star Wars The Clone Wars as a retort from a Jedi fighting a horde of battle droids. So he says, okay, clankers, eat lasers, according to Adam Alexic, who is the creator of the TikTok page Etymology Nerd and author of the 2025 book Algospeak. The first gained popularity on the Reddit forum r/prequel memes subreddit, a Star Wars fan community, and Star Wars isn't the only science fiction offering that had its characters say derogatory things to the robot counterparts. In Battlestar Galactica, people started referring to the sentient robots Cylons as toasters or chrome jobs. Chrome jobs sounds actually pretty funny. I know with Warhammer 40k, there's always memes about fucking toasters. Both Alexic and Holiday note that the way that the slurs work in these stories and in real life is carrying an assumed power structure along with them. But there's a problem with using these slurs as a way to fight back against this AI encroachment. The experts say that the words can actually reinforce the belief that AI is becoming more human, and it's drawing historical ways that slurs have dehumanized others. Something requires a degree of anthropomorphization or personification for a slur to work. So as robot slurs continue to have their viral moment, it's been a raising concern for internet users who feel like the trend is just a convoluted way for people to get to say real-life slurs, but they're not wrong saying how it got started on the Star Wars subreddit. You know, they're saying that the way they use clanker is a clear analogy for the N-word. Well, no, it's not. The robots don't kill people over hearing clanker, you know?
Someone tell this fucking college nerd, you know, in the real world, people don't get paid 6 figures to be inside their head all day. Fucking asshole. You can go fucking suck. What a twat this guy.
Yeah, it's not like you can go to Rub and buy a C-word pass or caption "What's up, my clanka" with a soft A. You know, if you don't work in tech. He thinks maybe the robot slurs are popular because it inspires such mixed reactions. Algorithms reward strong feelings, and clanker content has added the benefit of grabbing people who don't like AI. And people want to be edgy online, so people are more afraid of being woke, you know, all the time. Unfortunately, the robot slur trend died tomorrow. Whatever took its place would most likely equally be rooted in shocking, controversial language. No, I don't think it's going to die anytime soon.
Wait, this was shocking language? Slow down.
It sounds kind of weak to me, though. I just think it's...
I've heard worse on Netwhat's Live.
Shocking controversial language.
So
you should get a dictionary and look up those words.
I can't wait till 2050 when we have the new Jim Crow.
Well. Here, boys, a lost clanker.
New software update.
Wrong part of town, buddy.
Hey, Tin Skin.
Get lost, Buckethead.
Are your servos fried, Chippy?
You're on the wrong side of town.
I don't know if you know this, but we don't take kindly to chromies around here.
Why don't you go ahead and get lost wire back?
You're a long way from Codington Heights, don't you think?
Oh, are these batteries?
Oh, we got a juicer. We don't like juicers, Rust Bucket.
Can't wait.
That's gonna be exciting.
It is because I don't know if you've seen the reports of like people that are marrying their chatbots in ChatGPT or similar shit, and some women are calling their soulmates, quote unquote, wireborn.
Oh,
Yeah, right. They should learn what
I feel like
is.
I feel like the what's it called? Futurama already predicted this, where they're calling people robosexuals.
Yeah.
Oh, what was that little educational video they had? Don't ever date a robots.
Yeah, that would be good.
That was great. We need to
Bring it back.
just clip it and turn it into a PSA.
I got you, homie.
So many are unhappy about Microsoft Windows 10 retirement plan. I'm one of them. But California man appears to be angrier than most, so he sued Redmond over the matter and demanding continued free Windows 10 updates until the operating system's popularity dies down. Compliant Lawrence Klein is identified as filing as the only California resident who owns 2 Windows 10 laptops, and they can't be updated to Windows 11 due to their lack of Trusted Platform Module 2.0, which is required for the updated OS to run. So Microsoft designed the restriction to improve security, but the company previously had a workaround that lets you install the OS without TPM. With only 3 months until the support ends for Windows 10, it's unlikely that many millions of users will buy the new device or pay extended support. So as lawyers argue that in their complaint, support for Windows 10 ends on October 14th, which argument boils down to the claim that Microsoft violated California's business, advertising, consumer legal relief regulations by forcing unnecessary upgrades to Windows 10, leaving those who choose not to upgrade without necessary security features. So users who don't switch over to Windows 11 keep getting support after October. However, Microsoft currently charges $30 for the first year to extend your Windows 10 support, and you can get this year free if you use Microsoft Reward Points or sign with a Microsoft account and sync your data to the cloud. But Klein wants the court to force.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, we're definitely not shilling these fuckers. Because I have 2 devices and I really don't want to upgrade. And
I have my laptop, and I'd rather, honestly, I would rather be using Windows 7.
Yes,
Base.
I miss Windows 7 too.
I miss 95.
But Klein wants the court to force Microsoft to offer free software support for Windows 10 until the number of devices running the operating system falls below 10% of total Windows users. Alternatively, his lawyer said that the court could also force Microsoft to loosen those unnecessary hardware restrictions, a rushed phase-out. The complaint said, unlike most previous Windows phase-outs, the end-of-life Windows 10 is premature after Windows XP, which lost support after 7 years after the Vista release. All the subsequent versions ended their lives 8 years after the successor launch. So Windows 11 has only been on the market for 4 years, meaning that Windows 10 should have another 4 years of support available if Microsoft had adhered to the same retirement calendar. The complaint also notes that Windows 10 still has 50% market value share at the time Microsoft announced the phase-out last year. Since this change, Windows 11 finally overtaking Windows 10 in July, the new operating system reached 53.5% of the Windows installments, but nearly 43% are still on Windows 10. That's far more than previous phase-outs, that they're saying. Each time Microsoft announced that it would end support for an operating system, the number of active users had declined to a small overall percentage of the operating systems in use. In essence, his transition has been forced, artificial and unfriendly to users while potentially being incredibly profitable for Microsoft and PC makers that license Windows from it. So Windows 11 does not present any enticing features that warrant an upgrade. Consumers do not find the new interface appealing, they're saying. The sluggish demand for Windows 11 presents a unique challenge to Microsoft in the race to corner the AI market. By forcing users to transaction to a PC that's fully compatible with 11 and Copilot, Microsoft would build an advantage over competing AI firms. Consumers do not need to seek out and install Copilot because it's already integrated in the operating system. They can also actively promote Copilot within the Windows 11 settings, making the essential AI experience compliant states. In contrast to other AI companies, are really on web-based or app-based distribution, meaning they must convince users to opt in rather than being the default AI assistant. In other words, Microsoft and OEM manufacturers of AI PCs and other Windows 11 devices have a strong incentive to make 2025 the year of Windows 10 refresh, and they need to push satisfied Windows 10 users along.
Okay, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, I got a great idea. Why don't we give everyone something no one asked for?
Yeah, I don't want the upgrade.
You know what would be making it? You know what would make it even better is if it's a problem for everyone if we do it.
Oh, then we can do problem reaction solution.
While we're at
Come
it,
on.
let's just fucking brick your computer while we're at it with our latest update.
I heard the new, what was it? The new FPS shooter, was it Battlefield 6 is bricking some computers because of something in it with the anti-cheat software.
Yeah, I heard something about it. Something the way that it comes with the anti-cheats, it's fucking with the kernel.
Man, I'm waiting for alternative shit to pull its ass back around again. Like, you guys remember when, what was it? Well, this is gonna date me. You know what? Forget what I was gonna say.
Okay.
No,
we're talking about Linux or something else?
When AGP was competing against PCI for slotting in graphics motherboards, and the fight was being driven by largely Radeon and NVIDIA against each other to see who could get done the virtual computing platforms better. I'm gonna, you know, that's all you need to hear from me before I date myself too much and explain it.
I've been a NVIDIA guy. I had a Radeon system once. I just didn't like it as much. It wasn't as compatible.
Oh, I loved them. They just were not as fast. They could. That's just that their busing efficiency across a wide range of things was so much more efficient because they were really into that shit. But I mean, yeah, people need speed. Sorry, guys.
So the state of Louisiana is suing Roblox Corporation over allegations that it facilitates the distribution of child sexual abuse material and the sexual exploitation of Louisiana's children through Roblox video games. So Roblox has denied the allegations, saying the statement it provided a PC gamer the assertion that Roblox intentionally put users at risk of exploitation is categorically untrue. Announcing the lawsuit at a press conference, Louisiana attorney Liz Murrell said the lack of safety protocols and Roblox endangers the safety of children of Louisiana. Roblox is overrun with harmful content and child predators because it prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. Every parent must be aware of clear present danger posed to their children by Roblox so they can prevent unthinkable from ever happening in their own home. Well, I know they have that predatory practice they use to prey on the kids for the microtransactions. Because, like, my niece and nephew are like, ooh, I want that skin, or I want this. And it's like, dude, like, you don't really do it. It's not going to affect your gameplay, but they're, like, all over those microtransaction skins.
Kind of like in Fortnite.
Yeah, same thing. It's very predatory on children. While Roblox requires that children have parental permission to create an account, the lawsuit claims that there's nothing in place to ensure that it actually happens. Indeed, a defendant does know nothing that confirms the Word document that parental permission has to be given no matter how young the child is. Nor does the defendant require a parent to confirm the age given when the child signs up to use Roblox. The defendant has access to biometric age verification software that requires the user to take a photo of a government-issued ID along with real-time selfie photo has been verified through artificial intelligence. However, while the defendant utilizes this software for other purposes, the intended do not utilize the feature when new accounts are created. So this means children potentially have access to experiences like Escape to Epstein's Island, Diddy Party, and Public Bathroom Simulator 5, all which were cited in the lawsuit as examples of highly inappropriate content accessible on Roblox. So these games and others are filled with sexually explicit material simulating sexual activities such as child gang rape. A recent report revealed that a group of 3,334 members openly traded child pornography and solicited sexual acts from minors, citing a 2024 Hindenburg research report that described Roblox as a pedophile landscape. The response to the Louisiana court posted on its websites that Roblox claimed it implemented more than 40 new features in the game to protect the youngest users and empower parents and caregivers. It said it has taken the industry-leading stance on age-based communication and recently introduced new age estimation technology to help confirm the user's age through simple, quickie self-videos. Also emphasized ongoing relationships with law enforcement agencies, mental health organizations, parental advocacy groups to create more resources for parents to keep the users safe from the platform. So while no system is perfect, Roblox has implemented rigorous safeguards such as restrictions on sharing personal information, links and user-to-user image sharing to help protect the community. Unfortunately, bad actors will try to circumvent the systems and try to direct users off the platform where safety standards and moderation practices may differ. They continue to work to block those efforts and enhance moderation approaches to promote a safe and enjoyable environment for all users. The lawsuit comes a day after Roblox shared a reasoning crackdown on vigilantes who track and expose predators on the platform. They're saying that their chief safety officer said the behavior of these individuals and groups have evolved to reporting safety concerns to impersonating children and actively seeking to connect with adult users. Citing on safety concerns of violating terms use, they're seeking various injunctions against Roblox, including representing Roblox has adequate safety features, as well as civil penalties, damages, and restitution, legal fees, and whatever the court seems fit.
So I actually have some insight into this. There's a guy, and they're gonna make a Wired article and a documentary about him. But he was infiltrating all these fucking like Discord servers with like a chatbot in order to find all these pedos that were fucking luring kids into private chat rooms.
Schlep.
And the guy was actually banned by the Roblox actual company because they didn't like publicity, because he was making videos on exposing all these ways that the pedos were fucking like luring kids and shit. And they would ban him from the Discords, and they would block his accounts, and they even added a new fucking rule onto their terms of service that says you can't do vigilante work on their website.
So they're protecting the pedophiles. That's what it sounds like to me.
That's Schlep, and also I heard that Chris Hansen's also gonna get in on this thing.
Yes, Chris Hansen is
nice. I mean, it's a great time for him to come out of like retirement.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who we have ready for Smash or Pass this week?
No, next time though.
I had someone else in mind, but I haven't heard back from them. But speaking of protecting pedophiles, President Donald Trump's child sex trafficking friend, Ghislaine Maxwell, appears to be eligible for work release program assignments outside the minimum security camp that she was just transferred to after meeting with Trump's former defense lawyer, who is now the top Department of Justice official. Maxwell's Bureau of Prison Classification shows her custody status is out, which normally means she is permitted to work outside the federal prison camp in Bryan, Texas, where she's currently being held, and that's a privilege that convicted sex offenders are not permitted under the Bureau's own rules. The Bureau of Prisons, citing privacy rules, declined to respond to the Huffington Post queries about Maxwell's status and how she attained it despite her 2021 conviction of sex trafficking charges. Trump's White House staff also did not respond to these inquiries. Prison classification was first reported by podcaster Allison Gill on the Substack blog. Sheldon Whitehouse, Democratic senator from Rhode Island, is also a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee to oversee these federal prisons, wrote a letter last week to Bureau of Prisons asking how she came to be transferred to a minimum security prison in apparent violation of its policy. Her Maxwell's quiet transfer to Club Fed prison does not comport with the seriousness of sex crimes that she was found guilty of, said in the statement. Just so happens that the transfer was facilitated 1 week after her highly unusual meeting with Deputy Attorney General. The whole thing reeks of a coordinated protection racket. And Maxwell, who's age 60, was indicted in 2020 during Trump's first White House stint. The year after her associate, Jeffrey Epstein, was found hanged in a cell following his indictment on charges of trafficking girls as young as 14 into a world of sexual predation and abuse with her help. So, speaking of all of this, I think this is a good segue into who Bill Barr is, and he was sort of involved in this shit.
Yes. If only someone was here to talk about that. Oh my, what do you know? I have things to say about him. Let's see. So for all of you who are curious who Bill Barr is or what he has to do with Epstein, God. Alright, Klaus, I love you. I almost put myself to sleep fucking... Anyway. Political stuff. Fucking business world and other shit.
Just too dry material for you?
It's like drier than a fucking mummy's pussy. So, either way, I dragged myself through it. I did what I could. I got a good synopsis. I won't let you down. So, who is Bill Barr? Bill Barr was the Attorney General. Everyone knows him as the Attorney General who served for a year in the Trump administration and ended up resigning, talking shit about how Trump is crazy for believing in election fraud. That's how everyone remembers him.
I also remember like the whole conspiracy thing where the QAnon people were hyping him up and saying he's the stealth bomber and there's all these like unsealed indictments and justice is coming and nothing ever happened and he slow walked everything Trump gave him.
Dude, the guy, yeah, I'm gonna say he's involved in a lot of fucking shit in terms of intelligence and shadowy parts of the world, much less our government. So he was born in 1950, New York. His father was an educator at Dalton School, which was the same school where Jeffrey Epstein once taught. Oh! Bill Barr himself worked at the CIA in the 70s, blending intelligence work with legal education. So his first time coming into contact with, I guess it'd technically be a public sector job, or at least federal work, was, I guess that would have been during the Reagan administration. He got promoted in a lot of tension under George Bush Sr. He oversaw the handling of the Iran-Contra stuff, pardons, and he expanded government surveillance authority. He is likely a government fixer, as in someone who cleans up or directs the execution of scandals and projects. Because there's lots of stuff he's been involved in, but without good documentation of details. After leaving government, his first time, Barr became a top lawyer at GTE / Verizon, the merged company. That's a different thing. He fought against privacy protection, supported mass surveillance programs, and was close to and part of corporate and intelligence networks. Corporate espionage between governments is something that he's directly involved in, but indirectly recorded being about. In 2019, Bill Barr became Donald Trump's AG. He was involved in the handling of the Mueller report. He parted ways with Trump in 2020, rejecting claims of election fraud. So, Let's do a synopsis. Let's do some timeline. CIA analyst. He was an analyst from the period of 1973 to 1977. Barr worked at the CIA while studying law at George Washington University. His exact duties aren't well documented, but he was involved in analyzing intelligence and legal issues inside the agency during the Cold War. It is known that part of his job involved parsing information that was either used to inform or keep ignorant Congress at that time. Some reports suggest he was in the Office of Legislative Counsel, helping the CIA respond to oversight investigations in the aftermath of the Watergate era and the Church Committee hearings, which exposed MK Ultra, domestic spying, and assassination plots. In his time serving in government with George Bush Sr., Bush himself, just as a reminder, Bush himself was the CIA director before becoming president. Barr was promoted quickly underneath him, and served, and served in the office of legal counsel officially then as deputy AG, and finally as attorney general. As AG, Barr supported Bush's use of pardons in the Iran-Contra affair. Mass surveillance in the 2000s. After this, he goes into the private sector and he becomes a member of Verizon. And as part of the board at Verizon, he defended the NSA surveillance programs and opposed restrictions on wiretapping. So that's a huge controversy if you're old enough.
Wow, so we had all this surveillance before 9/11. That's interesting.
Yeah, he is one of the largest working pieces pre 9/11 to the building of the surveillance state. During the first presidential administration of the Trump presidency, Trump brought Barr back, or was it? Oh, no, I'm looking at the wrong part. All right. So he was in Trump's cabinet as the AG for a while. During his second run back in 2019, he was brought back into Trump's cabinet after he wrote an unsolicited memo arguing that Mueller's obstruction of justice inquiry was legally flawed. So, in other words, he wasn't picked. He wrote letters to solicit being employed by the Trump administration in that second term. As AG, Barr controlled how the Mueller report was released, issuing a summary. And in 2020, he broke up with Trump and denied election fraud shit and all the other stuff. Under Trump, he shaped the Mueller story. And in, December 14th, 2020, Trump announced on Twitter that Barr would be resigning from his post as AG, effective December 23rd. Later that day, Barr confirmed his resignation with a letter and resigned on the day that he made that post. Okay, so going back to the building of the surveillance state in the private sector, after he clearly has high classification authority in the federal government. So the 1990s. After his first stint as Attorney General ended in 1993, Barr became Executive Vice President and General Counsel of GTE Corporation. He was the Chief Legal Officer, overseeing all legal, regulatory, and government affairs. In this role, Barr fought against federal regulations that he argued restricted telecom companies. He was known for protecting GTE's interests in Washington, doing lobbying and all kinds of other stuff. So at Verizon, which is the year 2000 to 2008, GTE merged with Bell Atlantic to form Verizon, or what we think of as Verizon today. and Barr stayed on the General Counsel. He held the role until 2008, becoming one of the most powerful telecom lawyers in America. Yeah, if not the, so post 9/11, Verizon and other telecoms worked closely with the NSA on surveillance programs. When lawsuits accused telecoms of illegally handling over customer data and warrantless wiretapping, Barr publicly defended the companies and argued they should have immunity. He called restrictions on government surveillance dangerous and pushed for a broader authority. Barr opposed government regulations designed to limit how telecoms could use customer data. He argued that the telecoms needed freedom from oversight to innovate. Being a Washington insider for telecoms, he lobbied the FCC and Congress during this time. So, yeah, you can see how he was pro-authoritarian in terms of government surveillance, wanting to loosen all of the stuff that was a part of regulation for telecoms, but also, do a jackboot thug shit here. So the Bill Barr and Jeffrey Epstein connection. Bill Barr's father, Donald Barr, was the headmaster at an elite Dalton school in New York in the early 1970s. In 1973, his father hired Jeffrey Epstein to teach math and physics, even though Epstein didn't have a college degree. Epstein worked at Dalton until 1975, when he left for Bear Stearns Investment Bank. And in 2019, Epstein was arrested against, again. He was arrested multiple times. That's the whole thing. I'll leave the Epstein arrest to you if you want to go over that.
I didn't cover his
focus on Bill Barr.
I didn't cover his arrest, but I got stuff about Donald and then his ties to Jeffrey Epstein and stuff about the school.
Well, Epstein was placed in the Metropolitan Correction Center, MCC, in Manhattan, and we all know a lot of stuff that happened. He died.
Allegedly.
Ruled a suicide. Allegedly died. Ruled a suicide. All kinds of malfunctions. Okay, and this is what pulls Barr into the whole thing is he's the guy acting as the head of the DOJ and other things at this time, and directly or indirectly responsible for all this, which is what effectively is resulted in the kind of cover-up everyone's pissed off about. Yeah. But, if you would like... Oh, and also, I would like to point out, because I looked this shit up, he has only ever received an honorary doctorate of law from George Washington University. And he has never actually prosecuted a case as someone that is technically a lawyer. If you want to learn... Yeah. I'm like, he's a huge influence peddler. But either way, if you're interested in knowing, because there's so much here, I just made a list of everything outside of this. If you want to know more about the dude and some of the shit he's been involved in, the list I have is, go check out the Talladega Federal Prison hostage rescue, the Tough on Crime campaigning to increase incarceration in the United States, expansion of the federal prison system, Inslaw Inc., the Washington D.C. based information technology company that markets United States House Committee and Financial Services, Luxembourg-based Bank of Credit and Commerce International. He's associated with them via CIA activities. Multiple surveillance plans or programs that were executed by the DEA. The Iran-Contra affair, I mentioned that. Parole abolition campaigning. the College of William and Mary in Williamsburg, the law firm Kirkland and Ellis. He also served on the board of directors for Time Warner briefly. He was responsible in part for striking down the Affordable Care Act. What is it? Investigation of the and responsible for the investigation of the Pan Am Flight 103. He is directly associated with investigation and other things in Spygate. That is to say, the whatever, I guess we call it a conspiracy, that spies were planted by the Obama administration to conduct espionage in the 2016 presidential campaign.
Wasn't that called Crossfire Hurricane? The operation?
Right. I think the Spygate is... Am I mixing them up? Is the Spygate the new one?
I thought Spygate had to do with Snowden.
Oh, was it Snowden? Man, I might be mixing them up. The Five Eyes, Crossfire Hurricane investigation, the business or law firm Toradon Law, and apparently, if you're interested, just for shits and giggles, the guy's apparently a fucking, like, geek for bagpiping and Scottish culture. He can fucking bagpipe. Huh. This is what he does with his fucking free time. He fucking wears a kilt and does bagpiping.
That's kind of cool, though.
So that is the brief-ish overview of who this guy is and the stuff that's made him an important person in history. Without getting into any one big thing. There's the overview.
So I'm going to take things back and talk about his person who shaped him, in his formative years, his father. So his father was Donald Barr. He has a professional academic background. He's an educator at Columbia University. He taught English literature at Columbia before becoming headmaster of the prestigious Dalton School in Manhattan, and later the Hackley School in Terrytown, both members of the Ivy Preparatory School League. He was headmaster at Dalton School, so this is from the 1960s, the middle of them until 1974, known for his disciplinary and conservative approach to education during his tenure. He drew significant attention, sometimes criticism, for his strict policies. He worked for the OSS service during World War II. Before his academic career, Donald Barr served the Office of Strategic Services, which was the precursor to the CIA during World War II. His religious journey: he was born and raised Jewish and later converted to Roman Catholicism. The faith strongly influenced his household and his son William's upbringing. So he was married to Mary Margaret Ahern, who was Irish Catholic ancestry and a Columbia educator. The couple raised their children, including William, in a Catholic environment. So he was author and reviewer. He was a prolific writer and publisher of 2 science fiction novels, one of them named Space Relations, a gothic sci-fi novel exploring planets ruled by oligarchs who enslave children, a story that has drawn retrospective attention due to its disturbing themes. I'm sure that's just a coincidence and not based on anything in reality.
That's just a funny coincidence.
Planet in Arms, along with his early works, such as Who Pushed Humpty Dumpty and Educational Dilemmas. He reviewed literature at the New York Times and sold short fiction stories to genre publicators. Ideological shaping: his observers note that his firm belief in strong executive power and moral certitude mirrors his father's conservative discipline and doctrinary worldview. As a former Dalton teacher, recalls that William Barr, particularly during the Senate hearings, exuded the same stern tone and authoritative presence of his father, making the connection striking. So his controversial association with Jeffrey Epstein's hiring, the Donald Barr headmaster. He hired Jeffrey Epstein despite lacking a college degree. He was hired as a mathematics instructor. The first resurfaced decades later amid scandalous exposure, raising eyebrows. So this Dalton School is one of the most prestigious and influential private schools in the United States, known for its progressive roots, elite student body, and outsized cultural footprint. So here's a breakdown of its history. It was founded in 1990 by Helen Parkhurst, educator and reformer working with Maria Montessori. Parkhurst had developed a Dalton plan emphasizing independent, self-paced learning over rigid classroom structure. There was a collaboration between teachers and students, the responsibility and freedom of education. Students were encouraged to take ownership of their own studies, and the model spread internationally, with Dalton schools opening in Europe, Asia, and South America. So this was a growth into an elite institution. Originally progressive, the Dalton School evolved one of the top Ivy League school feeders in the U.S., located the Upper East Side of Manhattan, attracts affluent and influential families. Known for an intense academic environment, though it's still granted progressive heritage. So tuition today exceeds $55,000 per year, placing among the most expensive K-12 schools in the country. Notable alumni. So the Dalton School has educated a remarkable number of high-profile figures in politics, arts, and business, including, one of the most prestigious, influential private schools in the United States, known for its student body, the cultural footprint, and here's how it breaks down. So, the notable alumni is Dalton had educated a remarkable number of high-profile figures, including Anderson Cooper, journalist, a CNN anchor, and some people think he's a CIA operative. You know.
That would make sense.
Heir to the Biltmore estate, which is like the Vanderbilts estate, has been seen in several of the Pizzagate paintings. You know, Claire Danes, the actress, Christian Slater, the actor, Jared Kushner, businessman, political figure, and Trump's son-in-law. So, what if he had a connection to Epstein? Because that would be really coincidental, right? That'd be really weird.
That would be so weird.
Tracy Ellis Ross, actress and daughter of Diana Ross, and then Ashton Kutcher's children were reportedly enrolled there, which is kind of interesting because some people think there's a conspiracy theory that Ashton Kutcher is using his nonprofit organization to help traffic children, and they think that's a smokescreen. He's actually trafficking children.
I have heard that.
Have you read any of the William Barr books?
No, I haven't.
Or have any? So I actually have an excerpt of that because I watched a documentary the other day on it.
Oh, God bless your soul. You read this?
No, I didn't read it. Somebody read it to me, but here's a
thank God.
An excerpt from the book.
He sat down on the edge of the cot, facing her, put his hands on her shoulders, and made her lie back, laid his head between her breasts, and whispered, "They're specials. They know you're Simon's daughter, but the fairy's trying to bluff them. He says Simon's daughter wouldn't be a whore, and he's got them nervous. 2 of them in the house." Her susurration was barely audible. "So I've got to be a real whore? Poor Ander. You've got to act like a real whore. Citizen Wells, then I'd better take off my gloves." As she removed them, he began to undress. But she said, "Don't do that." Her way of doing it was a pastiche of shamelessness.
Yeah, so it goes on, but basically it's a fucking dude.
This is really from...
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
There's more excerpts from this, but I wanted to get the least spicy one.
Wow.
Damn.
I better start doing some writing if that shit sells.
So Jeffrey Epstein's brief time at the Dalton School is probably one of the earliest, most puzzling chapters of his career. So here's what it's known. He was there at the Dalton School from 1973 through 1975 approximately. He was hired as a math and physics teacher. Despite having no college degree, he dropped out of both Cooper Union and NYU's Current Institute. He was a headmaster at the time, who personally hired Epstein. Barr resigned from Dalton a year later, but then Epstein remained on staff briefly afterwards. His reputation as a teacher, former students recall Epstein as energetic, charismatic, and unusually confident for someone so young because he was in his early 20s at the time. They said there was a controversy that multiple students later reported Epstein sometimes made inappropriate comments and displayed a flirtatious or boundary-crossing demeanor toward female students. They said, while not remembered as an extraordinary teacher, his charisma and ability to impress parents were noted. So his pathway out of Dalton was that...
So we know he's not gay.
They said one of his students' parents, Alan Ace Greenberg, CEO of Bear Stearns, was impressed by Epstein's confidence and financial acumen. So he offered him a job as an options trader at Bear Stearns in 1976. This move launched Epstein into Wall Street, where he quickly rose through the ranks, eventually leaving Bear Stearns to start his own financial advisory firm. The fact that Donald Barr hired Epstein without a degree had raised many eyebrows, especially given Epstein's later crimes. Critics note that Dalton, while elite, was also known for occasional unorthodox hires, but Epstein's case stands out since former Dalton students and faculty said looking back, the red flags were visible then, even as his interactions with young people. They said Jeffrey Epstein's tenure was short but pivotal. Despite lacking credentials, he was hired by Donald Barr and used the elite environment to cultivate powerful connections. His relative relationship with the Dalton families directly enabled his jump into Wall Street. In hindsight, troubling aspects of his behavior with students foreshadowing the predatory conduct that would follow later in his life. So we all know about what happened, but here's the thing, man. Like, right before he was publicly announced that he was dead in prison, someone on 4chan had leaked the information 30 minutes before any news organization got it. So this anonymous poster, Saturday 10th August of 2019 at 8:16, said, "Don't ask me how I know, but Epstein died an hour ago from hanging, cardiac arrest. Screen cap this." And people said, "Oddly enough, I'm okay with this." And someone posted fake, and then they usually say gay, but he didn't, you know. So he refrained from saying that. But it's kind of weird that someone on 4chan had the inside information before the news broke the story. And
I mean, consider that a lot of things get leaked on the War Thunder forums. It wouldn't surprise me that someone up in the in the brass will be a 4chan poster.
I'm surprised the War Thunder forums are into like an intelligence agency by now.
The prison guards were using the internet at that time. They were shopping for furniture and the expensive cars.
Well, is that why they were watching the surveillance footage?
Yeah, they were on 4chan at the same time. They're like, "Hey, don't ask me how I know, but."
Wink, wink, nod. So speaking of clankers gone wild, you can support AI efforts of Van Rollington at patreon.com/Van Rollington. You can support our tribe at coffee.com/Atomic Shaman Sweat Lodge. You can gain access to my Discord, meet others that enjoy true crime, the paranormal, cryptids, and weird news. You can also support the show at streamlabs.com/Atomic Shaman Sweat Lodge /tip, or paypal.com/PayPalMe/Atomic Shaman, or buymeacoffee.com/Atomic Shaman. You can buy cryptid swag at tpublic/Atomic Shaman Trading Post. You can follow us at Twitter at Motel and RV Park and Instagram at Atomic Shaman Sweat Lodge. You can write us at Atomic Shaman Sweat Lodge at protonmail.com. And with that, we'll be back in about 10 minutes from our little commercial break, and we'll get back to some true crime material. Stay tuned.
All right.
Ding dong.
The government knows when you masturbate. The government knows when you masturbate. The government knows when you feel alone and it's getting late and you're sitting at home, looking straight through your webcam. Looking at you is Uncle Sam. Look him in the eyes with your balls in your hand and stick it to the f***ing bed. Stare at the screen when you unpack. The government is staring back. This is how they know you best, with a dick in your right and a mouse in your left. No more interest in the Middle East, so they look at you while you touch your meat. In the middle of a truce, they put the equipment to the use. Why you think you pay the tax for drones and spies, computer hacks? Tax has gone through the roof. At least it's put to good use. The government knows. The government knows. The government knows when you masturbate. The government knows when you're whacking it. The government knows when you feel alone and it's getting late and you're sitting at home. They fill the sky full of drones to check on you and your bone. Size don't matter to the CIA. They can see your dick from outer space.
Across the millennium years is crunch time in this whole agenda, crunch time for the human race. This is the time when this network of interbreeding bloodlines wants to bring in its global fascist structure of a world government to which nation states would be administrative units, of a world central bank and a world currency, a currency that wouldn't be cash, it would be merely electronic, for which there are fundamental implications for human freedom. And also the world army, which is designed to be NATO, expanding and expanding as it is now, of course, to become the fully fledged world army, world police force. And underpinning that little lot is designed to be a microchip population, in which we are microchipped with our financial details, our medical details, etc., etc. And that would allow not only electronic tagging, people knowing where we are all the time, it would allow the external manipulation through this electronic means of our mental and emotional processes. this will happen unless the human race wakes up and wakes up fast. And to do that, we need to understand what's really going on. And to let people know that, we've got to stop beating about the bush, stop pulling punches, stop pussyfooting around, keeping information from people, oh my goodness, how will they react, and just say, this is going on, take it or leave it, make of it what you will, but this is what's going on.
I learned that racism is passed down generationally, so it's internalized, which makes sense. I was walking home, it was late at night, and this black guy walks towards me, and instinctively, I grab my purse, even though logically, I know he's not for sale. He did steal my wallet, though.
Okay, so what's your job?
Job.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Good job. Okay. Where do you come from?
I'm from Japan.
You're from Japan. Are you Japanese?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
What's the duration of the flight?
Yes.
I'm asking.
Asking?
Asking, yeah. So how long was the flight?
Oh, 1 month.
1 month? Wow, such a long flight.
I'm difficult.
Oh, you're difficult,
Yeah.
girl. Oh my.
Why isn't that camera for?
Chances are you've seen him.
Try to get to the restaurant.
Sympathized with his wheelchair, his drawn hands. His story ripped at your heart.
Damn, give me money and to get some eat.
Lexington police say he's taken his act on tour of the city to places like the Lansdowne Shops, Hamburg, and the Zandale corridor of Nicholasville Road. We busted this bogus beggar right outside the police department, just minutes after a press conference about it.
I appreciate you guys busting me. Yeah, I'm really good at it, really good. I clear about $100,000 a year doing this. Yeah, about 60 to 100. My B-boy, I'm just playing. I gotta go, y'all. I gotta make some money.
He was back at it again.
Hi, my name is Brianna. I'm in prison in Idaho, and I'm 42 years old. I have big boobs. I'm smart. I'm fun. I get out in May of 2026. I would like to have some friends that I can talk to while I'm in here. I get really bored. And yeah, hit me up. I'd like to talk to you. Bye-bye.
Poses this question. What if one day you woke up and your nipples were completely... Sorry,
What?
I don't know where this is going. What if one day you woke up and your nipples were completely gone, like no scars or anything, just flat skin, and then once you leave your room you find out your dad died last night, and several days later you found out that for your entire life he had been sneaking into your room while you slept and sucking on your chest to make two gigantic kickies where your nipples should have been because you were born without them, not for any sexual reason, just so you would fit in. What the fuck?
What if, man?
그냥 우리 딴이 아니라 존경하는 국민 여러분 40년 동안의 역사가 격하게 속에서 있는
これは
Hey, bitch, shut the fuck up. What the fuck is wrong with you? Don't be up here making all this goddamn noise in our community. I know you need help, I know you're hungry, but at the same time, chill out. You need Jesus, alright?
Leave me alone.
God bless you. You need Jesus.
You just leave me alone.
Bitch, fuck you. You need Jesus.
Do you miss that old school vibe? Mad Scribe magazine is dedicated to reviving the classic gaming and pop culture experience. Inside every issue, you'll find exclusive interviews with some of the biggest names in tabletop gaming. There are game reviews, adventures, indie comics, cosplay pinups, short stories, and a whole lot of attitude. It's like a love letter to your weird, geeky youth. Grab a copy in print or PDF wherever books are sold. Mad Scribe magazine, old school heart, new school hustle. With Mad Scribe, every issue is a critical success.
Are you a targeted individual? Have you had a paranormal encounter, or are the victim of an unregulated government experiment and would like to share your story with us? Would you like to send us some fan mail or a hate-filled rant? Do you have an idea for a future episode or wish to send a complaint to HR? Email us at atomicshamanSweatlodge@protonmail.com. Like, share, subscribe, and be sure to check the notification bell. Follow the Atomic Shaman on Twitter at Motel and RV Park. Listen to Paranormal Green Text Stories on Atomic Shaman TTS on YouTube. Catch the live streams of Atomic Shaman Sweat Lodge only on Rumble.
All right, we're back for hour 2. So, Vanna, who do we get for our guest this week?
Well, you know, I contacted some people, had to pull some favors. Our first guest didn't show up, but I got somebody to come in very last minute.
Good evening. I'm Tucker Carlson. Now, you may ask why the most popular late-night anchor in today's modern age is a guest starring on a fourth-rate podcast about conspiracies and weird shit when Alex Jones is one phone call away. The answer may surprise you, and here it is plain and simple. I love pussy, specifically the kind with a rap sheet. So mug shawty smash or pass seems like something I would enjoy. It's like walking into a jailhouse with a buffet, and there's zero chance I may get stabbed or raped. Actually, scratch the rape part, and I will likely catch a STD along the way. But that's life in America, isn't it? You never know when you are going to get stabbed, raped, or catch a disease. Sounds like a paradise to Democratic leaders. You see, the far left doesn't want you to see these women as women. They want you to see them as non-binary lumps of soy who can be doctors and lawyers. I, for one, won't comply. These are breedable, fuckable, stupid, female criminals with no impulse control. And the only way they will become productive members of society is by looking hot and learning to make a sandwich. Specifically, if any of these women can make a BLT sandwich, they get an automatic smash from me. Actually, scratch that. They need to make the BLT and spell BLT correctly. I like them dumb, but not retarded. There's a difference. But liberals wouldn't know the difference. For example, you can't create 72 genders because you feel different. There are only 2 genders, male and female, but there is a third option if you feel unvalidated. It's called being mentally ill. And if you feel some transcended beyond the binary gender of mere biological humans. You should join the 47% of all trans people each year. Oh, you look offended. Let me guess you don't like jokes. Is witty sarcasm and suggestive innuendos too patriarchal? Oh, you don't like math. Are equations, percentages, and logic too white supremacist for you? Let's pull out the flashcards and go over a few basic facts. Men learn how to change a tire. Women learn how to make a sandwich. And trans individuals learn how to tie a noose. Oh yeah, I went there. This scotch... I'm feeling edgy like a white school shooter's manifesto. So edgy, you can call me Cliff Carlson. Because I'm all edge. So much so, I have manifested my surrounding to be an edge. And that's where I live, on the edge. Will the booze make me black out? Will I be canceled for telling it like it is? Will I lose my marriage for a hot piece of prison pussy? We'll find out tonight on this edition of Mug Shawty's Smash or Pass. Let's fucking go.
Isn't Tucker Carlson CIA? That's kind of like a bad look for us.
He might.
I mean, control the position at best.
All right, so our first mugshotty for tonight was arrested for a DUI and possession of marijuana. Is she on the marijuana? She doesn't look high, but
I should probably look at this.
Right.
I mean, I like her hair, I just don't like the face. So, I'm not feeling it, man. I'm gonna pass.
DUI and possession. How do I describe what's off about that?
It's too plain?
No. I wouldn't even use the word plain. It's like...
I mean, she groomed her eyebrows, but they're not shaped, you know? Like, they're just...
You know what this looks like?
Blank.
Do you remember what it was like looking at portraits in high school when people would try and draw them? And there was this, like, generic version of a human being on the paper? Like, those are eyes, those are nose, those are lips. That's not a face. Those are just three things mashed together. That's what this looks like. Hard.
Yeah. Pass.
God said, let me not try.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, I guess I'm alone on this, but I'll smash. Tucker, you gotta save me. What would you do?
A DUI and a little weed in the glove box. So on one hand, she's reckless, mildly illegal, and probably thinks tailgating is a competitive sport. On the other hand, she's chill, possibly owns a lava lamp, and definitely won't judge me for putting bourbon in my morning coffee. Now, would I do her? Let's just say if she can keep it between the lines, learns which hairstyles will hide that gigantic forehead of hers, and not hotbox the Prius on the way to brunch, I would definitely give her my pipe to smoke. Smash.
Right. He drives a Prius.
All right. Our next mugshotty for tonight was arrested for conspiracy to serve unlawful agents of the Russian Federation with the United States. And I don't know how old this picture is because that hairstyle looks like it's from like the late 70s or early 80s, you know? So I don't know if this is like a throwback or not.
I use my journalism integrity or whatever the fuck you call it. Yeah, it's from 2010.
Oh, is this it? What's her name? That chick, her name was Anna something, I can't remember.
Anna Kuber or something like that?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
She was like a...
Well, would we... Whatever. I'm like... It's so vague. I'm like... conspiring to serve. What does that mean? She was going to fucking take their goddamn diner order?
Well, I think she was like infiltrating like the right-wing movement, and then they later found out she was a Russian agent, you know?
Right, or does that mean be some type of operative? Well, I'm like, well, she's a looker. I don't have enough details to give a shit, so I'll tap the crap out of that. Let's go.
Yeah, I think it would smash.
There it was. It was Anna Chapman.
That name's familiar.
So yeah, this is Anna Chapman. She fucking.
She was actually in a face group with me, and I didn't realize it.
Nice. You had.
Oh, you actually had a chance there.
You had a chance.
Because I was talking to Donna Trumplova about something, and she's like, "Oh," I was like, "I know a Russian spy right here," and she like tagged her, and I was like, "Holy shit!" It freaked me out, you know, because she was right there in the group, you know. And I was like, "How did Donna know this?" You know, Donna's allegedly the out of wedlock child of Donald Trump and a Russian stripper, but ever since the Ukrainian war happened, I have lost contact from Donna. So hopefully, when it's resolved and they lift their blockade on Western internet, I'll be in contact with her again because we were supposed to do like an episode together. It just didn't happen.
Oh, well, I'm really curious now and excited.
Tucker, what do you think? Maybe you did a little more research than I did.
This is a woman who, if she asked for your Netflix password, you'd assume the Kremlin was about to start binge watching Stranger Things. Let's analyze this mugshot. Did you notice her hair? Too perfectly set with so much flair. It's definitely not a whoops, silly me. I got arrested type of mugshot. That's spy energy. The eyes, straight into the camera. No flinch, no shame. That's not a defendant. That's recruitment material. My guess is she knew she was caught and decided to make sure she would end up in the FBI spank bank. A first date icebreaker would be fun. So what do you do for a living? Oh, you know, a little of this and that. Some espionage. It's how I stay fit. Now, personally, am I against dating someone with a mysterious accent, a penchant for nesting dolls, and the occasional dead drop behind a Starbucks? Not entirely. It shows ambition. But here's the problem: relationships are hard enough without the FBI tapping your phone and seizing your laptop every other week. After all, I should be the only one tapping this redhead. Anna Vasilyevna Chapman was a Russian intelligence agent who was arrested by the United States in 2010 for operating a spy ring. She was arrested after being instructed by an FBI informant to deliver a fake passport to another sleeper agent. Maybe it's the years of my father grooming me to be in the CIA, but I don't feel like it's treason if I end the Cold War between her legs. She can honeypot me any day. Smash.
Oh, okay.
All right, all right.
Got some more information on there. Treason smash, says Jaw41. Hell yeah.
So our next mugshot for tonight was arrested for failure to stop for blue lights and reckless driving. I'm assuming she just didn't feel like pulling over for the cops, you know, even though they were passing by.
Oh wow! Thank God you said something, because I'm like, there's no blue traffic lights. What
That's I think that's
having a moment.
Yeah, that's like in Europe. I think the cop cars over there have blue lights and not red lights. Blue and red.
Oh, she's European.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, pass. I'm not. No.
No, I think she looks cute. I'd smash.
She kind of reminds me of Avril Lavigne when she was younger.
Oh yeah.
She might piss blue. You know about the inbreeding diseases and shit. No.
No, she might be a skater girl.
Fucking stopping blues. No, fuck that. Screw that. She probably fucking calls sandwiches something stupid too. She probably makes her crispin augers with her fucking twatterwangs or some shit, because they can't fucking speak English right anyway.
I don't think she's British.
I might have to beat this woman.
Oh god.
She's gonna say weird shit that I don't
might actually
understand.
be Italian.
Oh, that's even worse, because she'll do it with her hands.
I would, call me a skater boy. I would smash.
Yeah, same. I'll go grab my skateboard and get hit by a car a third time.
All right, Tucker, what do you think?
Well, this one is a woman moment that practically writes itself. But let's say she has a fully formed frontal cortex, unlike most women. She doesn't stop for cops, she doesn't stop for curfews, and she definitely doesn't stop when you warn her you're about to bust an unprotected nut in her. No. The risk here is immense. She'll take your car, your dignity, and probably blow through a toll booth while doing 90 in the wrong lane. The kind of boundary-pushing female who thinks speed limits are suggestions and sirens make good background noise for her TikToks. So is the risk worth the reward? You bet your ass. Because let's be honest, you might catch her brain rot, but it will not be a boring lay. It's not just fucking. You're signing up for a demolition derby where the driver may be blowing you while checking her rearview mirror simultaneously. You bet your ass I'm in for a 90-mile-an-hour smash.
Based. I would love to get head while I'm not the driver.
Damn, Tucker's horny tonight.
I'm just... Speed limits aren't a suggestion?
All right. Our next mugshotty was arrested for battery. And by the color of her bronzer-colored skin, I think she's from New Jersey.
Oh, God. What the hell is this?
Pass.
She got an extra fake nose and extra fake lips.
I think she's got money. Smash.
No, I don't need money. Not like that. Ugh,
I'm not that desperate.
I don't think she's gonna pay me. I just think she can pay for her own nails. You know.
God.
No, I think this is a walking headache every single fucking day. It's gonna
I can't imagine. You think she sounds like Fran Dresser too? Like I'm staring at this and imagining like the first words out of her voice are "Hello." Like nah. I'll kill myself if I have to hear you. Much less stare at you while my dick's inside. Look at that thing. It's a thing.
That's how she got her money from her husband after he killed himself.
God, that O has got to sound like a fucking cat dying.
Yeah, no, I would not fuck this. It's probably not even real. Like, no part of it is real. Tucker, what do you think, though?
Now, here's the thing most people swipe left when they hear violent tendencies. But her, she said that Karen, life ain't for me, bucko. She's not just walking into a bar fight. She is the bar fight. This is the look of a woman who doesn't just file complaints, she is the complaint. She's not just high maintenance, high voltage. You cross her and you're not debating healthcare policy, you're debating which ER has the shortest wait time. Forget to take out the trash, and suddenly you're discovering just how weak your jaw really is. Every argument ends with you checking your dental insurance. Liberals complain about microaggressions. She delivers macro ones. Some say she is the reason Joe Biden stutters so much. She hit him so hard. The Walkman he calls his brain has been skipping the same song for 20 years. As for me, I know better than to mess with a woman who has cauliflower ear. As a man who is built for television, not radio, I need my face to remain mildly attractive to women between the ages of 30 to 60. Daddy has to make a living. And this badly tanned bimbo will live the rest of her life without knowing what it's like to fuck the tuck. Pass.
Oh God, that's a great.
The tuck.
Fuck the tuck.
Our next mugshot for now is arrested for possession of marijuana. It says Australian, so I don't know if she was arrested in Australia, the weed was Australian, or she's Australian.
Is it foreign night? We should have had a European on. Or some kind of fucking foreigner. Elon Musk, maybe.
She's a little overdone, but she don't look fake.
Yeah.
No, she looks attractive, but I don't have a problem with her. I'd smash.
Wrong place, wrong time.
I gotta say, if she is Australian, she'll be a good survivalist, right? Everything kills you over there.
Yeah, she might have like immunity to poison.
Yeah, she's a good repopulation candidate, isn't she? You know what? I'll smash.
The painted on eyebrows don't do it for me.
No, they look real. They don't look painted on.
They look painted on for me, so.
Adjust your resolution.
I would smash. I think there's pretty much nothing wrong with her, and I'm down to smoke and bang, so I'm down. Tucker, what do you believe?
Possession of marijuana. In Australia, no less where apparently the government still thinks it's 1957. Here's the thing the Aussie government wants you to believe: this is the Outback El Chapo. But governments, especially liberal ones, love to pretend a little untaxed homegrown weed is some kind of existential threat. Meanwhile, half their cabinet members are getting big pharma kickbacks. The only danger here is running out of Doritos. She's not a criminal mastermind. She's just proof that bureaucrats down under are even dumber than the ones in Washington. That's saying something. Just look at this emerald city beauty. She's relaxed, calm, and probably way more fun at a barbecue than the average liberal arts grad lecturing you about pronouns between hits off their vape pen. She's honest about what she smokes, heard from the earth. But let me see if I can get a second opinion. And now my special guest, Joe Rogan.
Hey, Tucker. I'm in. Yeah, I would totally pack this blonde's bowl, if you catch my drift. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Australia. They lock up a total 10 for a little hash. These left-leaning countries are crazy. If she was trans, they would just let her go. If I was her, and if the cop pulled out my bowl out my purse, I'd say, sir, you are grabbing my glass penis. This is sexual assault. And boom, they would just let her go with her medicinal weed.
That certainly is a strategy. And congratulations on kicking that liver shump's ass on the previous episode of Mug Shotties. It was quite a treat.
Yeah, that juiced up fraud could not handle my psychic brain force powers. I made him my liver bitch.
Thank you, Joe. It was quite amusing to hear. But what's not amusing is this baddie. I imagine because she is white, the liberals won't just let her out without paying some significant bail as some sort of restorative justice. I call it what it is: discrimination. If a bunch of ugly, tatted up, nose-pierced, blue-haired, fat, sexually ambiguous leftists give this dime peace queen any jail time, Trump needs to tariff the fuck out of those kangaroo fuckers, smash the system, and smash the 10 out of 10 stoner.
All right. I'm not a fan of Tucker, but I totally with him on that sentiment.
Our next mugshot is arrested for domestic violence, simple assault, and injury to personal property. It looks like she's trying to cosplay a JoJo's Bizarre character, and she It makes me think like she's a female version of what's his name? The guy who played for the Spurs.
You should
How
shorten
can you
that.
tell this is a woman?
Yeah, I was about to say shorten that sentence to what is her name? You know. I mean, what is his name? His name. Sorry.
What is this? No. Pass.
Pass.
It looks like it might have a dick. What is
Dennis Rodman. That's what it is. I was thinking of Dennis Rodman. That's.
God. Yeah. I see it now. Now I can't unsee it. God damn. How is this on? Who runs this account? Someone needs to slap their ass. Why is this up on there? Mugshotties. Come on now.
As a
Don't
Chicago,
even look like a fucking person.
I'm sorry, Rodman. I wouldn't fuck you. Sorry. Even though you took us to the championships, I still wouldn't fuck you.
Yeah, I remember he did like one action movie. It was kind of weird.
Was
that was a thing?
Yeah, he was. I don't remember what it was called, but he played like a spy or something in it. You know.
He also dated Whoopi Goldberg.
And Madonna.
So forget that mistake.
Ew.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I was thinking Ted Danson, not Rodman.
All right. Well, what do you think, Tucker? Your takes are kind of cold. You gotta spice it up a bit.
All right, this is where the line gets drawn, because what I see here isn't danger in a thrilling way. It's danger in the hide your flat screen and sleep with one eye open way. I can just hear the low battery smoke detector chirp in this mugshot. The only income she reports to the IRS is her food stamps. She doesn't have kids. She gives birth to pay checks and crime statistics. And no, your eyes do not deceive you. That is, in fact, pink hair. Talk about a red flag. Now, if she was an Annie Mae fan, I could get into it. But sadly, she looks like a discount Nicki Minaj. She is no waifu. Don't let the pink hair, tattoos, and septum piercing fool you. She is no e-girl. She is more of an EBT girl. Sorry, Queen, chocolate cotton candy isn't my flavor. Pass.
I like the way he fucking said waifu. That was just.
Have
of
you
course
seen-
he would say it like that.
You think he's going
Of course he would
Comic-Con?
say it like that.
Yeah. Have you seen the? There's a special report that he did on a shooter, who like did anime and like has furry porn and shit. That is the most hilarious fucking Tucker's ever been. Just watching him examine that.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Our next mugshot for tonight was arrested for DWI in possession of marijuana. She looks like she's still under the influence of the marijuana. I'd smash. She looks like a real cute girl.
Oh, she's a looker.
She's a looker. She's got that girl next door vibe.
I mean, maybe it's just because she doesn't look like Dennis Rodman, and I'm feeling, such a relief. I can't say objectively that she's pretty, but after seeing that, she is. So I'm just gonna smash it. It doesn't look like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I would definitely smash.
I think she cleans up, dude. Like, this is her, like, just being relaxed and shit and chill. Like,
She was out on the
I
fucking.
can see that. I can see that.
Dude, she's rocking like a fucking cool ass t-shirt. I bet she was just out fucking cruising, smoking a blunt, and you putting away this baddie. Fuck that. Tucker.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's go.
All right, let's be honest here. She's a train wreck. A joint in one hand, a steering wheel in the other, and somehow shocked when it all goes wrong. She's reckless, irresponsible, and has the judgment of a freshman congresswoman from the squad. Here's the thing, she's basically a campaign ad for the Democratic Party. High, reckless, and somehow convinced none of the rules apply to her. She's Hunter Biden with pierced nipples and a tight pussy. Be warned and
Whoa! Damn!
how does he know they're
Carry
pierced?
on.
I mean, she's got the look, you know. It's 2025. She's got pierced nipples. Like, look at her.
Okay.
All right. Continue on, Tucker.
With nipples and a tight pussy. Be warned and wear protection, boys. You're basically signing up to be the designated driver for someone who thinks personal responsibility is a Republican conspiracy.
Oh.
Liberals will defend this by saying she's a victim of circumstance. No, she's a victim of vodka shots and bad judgment. But here's the problem, she's also attractive. And that changes the calculus, doesn't it? Because while liberals will pretend looks don't matter, spending their time lecturing you about inner beauty while eating soy ice cream alone. Normal men like to admit the truth. Pretty buys forgiveness. The risk? She'll get you arrested, ruin your car, and probably light your apartment on fire trying to make edibles. The reward? Well, she looks like this. And sometimes that's enough. Because unlike Democrats, I can admit when I'm making a bad decision for shallow reasons. You bet your ass, it's a smash for me, boys.
Yeah, all right.
All right. That's sound. Yeah.
Did you see that video of the Rhode Island Attorney General getting arrested at a nightclub by cops? That shit was fucking hilarious.
I think I saw it.
Where she told them they told her, she's like, I'm an AG, you can't do this. And they're like, we don't care, shut up. You know, and they told her to leave multiple times and they arrest her in the front. Oh, it was hilarious. Because she also told them to turn their body cams off and they didn't. But like watching the behavior was hilarious. So. Anyways, next mugshot was arrested for a DWI.
Oh.
I'm gonna pass.
She looks kind of greasy, man.
Yeah, she's got the crazy eyes, man. She's got the crazy eyes.
What's with the hair?
Like I said,
that's the kind of woman that kills your dog to punish you because you forgot to text her.
I mean, it's bleached, but it's not washed because her skin's like shiny, like greasy too, man. Like I don't think she bathes.
Yeah, something's not coming together here.
I'm gonna pass on
like
this.
My uncanny valley is like like all my senses are like get away.
I'm trying to think. Does that make for a better time or a worse time, though?
Oh no, it will be fantastic, I'm sure. But you will have to probably move to a different state and change your name.
Well, so I can smash and run.
Do you think she's a clanker like Android 18?
Oh. Well, there's only one way to find out, and I guess I'll be the brave one to step forward and find out for you.
We thank you for your sacrifice, Krillin.
I'll smash.
I'll pass.
If you catch techno gonorrhea, let me know. But I would smash. Tucker, would you do it?
This one's easy hard pass. She's got the look of someone who's been 29 for at least a decade. That kind of mileage doesn't come from driving, it comes from living like a Pelosi intern with a fake ID. Here's the thing. Yes, she's blonde. Yes, she's got the eyeliner sharp enough to slice a sandwich. But there's no spark. No energy. She's like a Democrat debate stage. Technically present, but generating absolutely zero enthusiasm. You'll wake up the next morning after hitting it and realize she's aged 10 years overnight and still smells like vodka Red Bulls. Liberals would call that resilience. I call it cirrhosis. And what's the reward of clapping these cheeks? Well, there isn't one. She looks like she peaked at 23, and the clock's been ticking ever since. There's no upside. She doesn't light up a room, she dims it. Like Kamala Harris trying to tell a joke. Awkward, forced, and you're wondering when it ends. So would I put my dick in that? Not in a million years. Some women have it. She has the opposite. She isn't. Pass.
Oh, okay.
I mean, imagine finding out that this girl was like 19 after he said all that. I'm just saying.
He's got bias support. So, you know.
Our next mugshotty was arrested for immediate license cancellation after caught driving 250 kilometers an hour. So that's the equivalent to 150 miles per hour. She's the first French mugshotty that's ever appeared.
What the fuck is all this garbage on her face?
How the hell is she French?
She's got that. She's got the dark urge tattoo that everyone that plays Baldur's Gate puts on their fucking tiefling when they make a dark urge character.
Yeah.
That shitty neck tattoo.
She looks like someone hit the fucking random button on a character generator. Like,
what's that?
No.
What's that creature
Pass.
that floats with the eye and it's got a bunch of tentacles? It's like
Yeah.
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 That's what.
It kind of looks like that. Also, because of my Spanish heritage, actually from Spain, fuck the French. No smash. No smash whatsoever. Back.
Fair enough.
I don't have a problem with the French because I'm part French, but
Home for
I just don't like all the tattoos and crap. You know, it's just.
What is going on with this? That's what I want. Why?
She just looks
like
she just looks like a graffitied after-school detention desk.
That's what I'm saying. Like she looks like a random character generator out of a bad video game.
But I wonder what kind of car she has if she was driving 150 miles an hour, though.
Bruh.
I mean, she's French, probably a Peugeot.
Yeah. We need to stop with these Europeans. I'll pass.
Yeah, for real.
Pass.
Europe, you're not bringing your best. That's what I have to say.
Tucker, what do you think?
Not today, not tomorrow, not if Paris itself begged me. Just look at her. Imagine the parlor exploded and she walked out saying, yeah, leave it like that. Neck ink, forehead scribbles, metal sticking out of her face like she lost a fight with a tackle box. It's less sexy rebel and more walking graffiti wall. Liberals would call this self-expression. Of course they would. These are the same people who think spray painting BLM on a Starbucks counts as activism. This isn't edgy, it's exhausting. Beyond the obvious of why she is a bad idea to smash. She drives 150 miles an hour, reckless like her face. Obviously, if she smashed into a pole at that speed, she'd be mildly more attractive than she is now. She looks like a failed SoundCloud experiment. And she probably thinks deodorant is a form of government oppression. She is French after all. Those people just stink. Liberals would defend this, of course. They'd say it's bold and subversive. Please. It's not bold. It's a cautionary tale. This is what happens when you give a gender studies major a credit card and a Groupon for a tattoo shop. She doesn't look like a good lay. She looks like an art exhibit, more accurately. A court exhibit at present. At the end of the day, she doesn't look like someone you'd take to dinner. She looks like someone who is dinner. Specifically, something half-cooked from a gas station at 3 a.m. It's a pass, or as the French say, PU.
Oh,
I just noticed there's a little dude in her ear.
Yeah, I saw the tattoo. I just didn't really pay
the
attention.
tattoo. There's like a little guy like whispering in.
He's telling her to do bad things.
Oh, that is a dude's little head. What the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh, I
and
hate
she
this
might have a
person.
name over her left eyebrow.
This woman sucks. All right. What's the next one? That's not.
Our final mugshotty for tonight was arrested for a
That looks
DUI.
underage.
Driving a revoked license. Driving with open container. It was found in a McDonald's parking lot. After a call reporting someone saw her hit a curb and she was driving on her rims. When found, she was missing a tire on the passenger side and almost fell getting out of the car. She sounds like a hot mess, man. I would have to smash.
That sounds like a fun time. And at least she fucking drives in miles instead of kilometers. After that last train wreck, fucking smash.
Nah, she looks underage to me.
Ooh.
Oh.
You're throwing that card out there. Ooh.
Oh.
Well, call me Epstein. I would smash this. Oh, fuck. Tucker, what do you think?
All right, last one, boys, then I need to get going. She wasn't driving. She was limping through a parking lot on 3 wheels like a wounded shopping cart. That's not reckless, that's slapstick. Charlie Chaplin with a mugshot. And of course, in a McDonald's parking lot. Because where else do disasters end up? Some liberals would spin this as she's finding herself. Yeah, mostly at the bottom of a vodka bottle. Other liberals would call this living her truth. No, this is living proof that Charles Darwin was right. She doesn't spark excitement. She sparks airbags. She's not top-tier pussy. She's a crash test dummy with lip filler. I'm a pro-life conservative, but even I have my limits. I'd advocate we repeal her right to reproduce. And if she has any offspring, we may need to talk about late-term out-of-the-womb abortions. Sorry, but not sorry. It's a pass. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for the riveting evening of debauchery. I have to make a meeting. Oh, that's actually Candace calling me now. Hey, Candace, I'm almost done. Give it 2 minutes to sign off.
Tucker, hurry up. Charlie Kirk has decided to join our call and coordinate the next attacks on Nick Fuentes. We'll make that federal informant man-child pay for brainwashing male Gen Zers into incel cat boys.
Agreed, we'll make that little homosexual Mexican child, so-called leader of the white race, pay for his transgressions. No one calls my dad a Fed but me. Well, gentlemen, it was a pleasure. And remember, anyone you disagree with is a glowing federal agent trying to subvert the right-wing movement for the benefit of the global homo agenda and Israel. Till next time, Tucker Carlson signing off.
All right. With that,
right.
Beer Juice, you have some poll data for us.
As usual, we asked, is Labubu really Pazuzu? 12.5% said, what is Labubu? 0% said, what is Pazuzu? I'm a little surprised by that. Everyone knows.
I guess some people haven't watched like the Exorcist movies. And at those,
Also, some on it.
62.5% said, take your meds, schizo. And 25% said yes. So, no one's taking the bait on the Pazuzu garbage over a fucking ugly doll.
I've seen some videos where guys were buying them and them setting on fire with blowtorches, and it's like, congratulations, you're still giving them money, to make it stupid.
Yeah.
It's almost like virtual signaling on the right, it's pretty stupid.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
Same shit, different color.
Let's see. We also asked, our 100th episode is fast approaching. What should we do for our 100th episode? 27.3% said, call-in show. 0% said, review past episodes. 63.6% said, stream at a haunted location. And 9.1% said, mug shotties with a lawyer.
Yeah, I tried getting a hold of Legal Latino Heat, but he didn't respond. But our assholes of our following want me to suffer, so I will try to book a room at the Copper Queen Hotel. It's supposedly haunted by a dead prostitute that killed herself. So we'll see if I have some kind of paranormal encounter. So I'll have to.
We're only 6 weeks away from that, then,
or probably less. Well, it depends on how things go. I kind of been falling behind on some of my projects. I was supposed to like make like a weekly 12-hour stream, for the weekends, kind of like listen to text to speech videos to fall asleep to. I've been low on the weekend paranormal weekend review of text to speech stories. I should have one done this Friday. But I just haven't found really good content in 4chan all summer, so, that's just how it is.
I will say it's kind of cool that we're kicking off the 100th episode on the 1st of October.
I think that's a great way to start spooky.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get a hold of my friend this weekend and see if I can get a hold of these two girls that escaped a religious cult out in Tucson, because this would be a sequel episode to a cult that we covered and pissed off a while back when before we were... the first time our channel was banned off of YouTube.
Oh, are we gonna get a blood orgy?
No. I mean, like they escaped the cult. They're living normal lives, but we can interview them about what it was like growing up in the cult and that kind of thing.
But see, blood orgy in the Clown Motel sounds like money.
I'm not going to the Clown Motel. That's like a couple of states away or a state away, or it's much farther away than this haunted hotel that I'm looking at. There's like another haunted hotel, but that'd be further out in Jerome, where I think it's far worse because I think the hotel used to be an insane asylum.
Now, should all three of us be in haunted locations for that cast then?
I don't think we got
because I
don't know if we got enough money to pull that off.
Well, I'm pretty sure I've heard stories that my lodge is haunted.
So you're gonna try?
I'm saying.
I've heard stories that my mom's basement is haunted.
See?
Okay, so we're almost there. We're almost there, right?
We're almost there.
All the brothers and sisters that she decided to abort after she had me.
Oh no!
Nice.
Oh.
Do we have any more pulled down?
And one more. With tentacled rabbits appearing in Colorado, are the old gods awakening? 33.3% said Finiglu Migwanifa.
Beta.
I said that the best I could. 8.3% said yes, finally it's happening. 41.7% said no, just a skin condition. And 16.7% said another Epstein psyop.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it's just another distraction to keep us distracted from like the not release of the client list. But nope. It's
just rabbit STDs out of control.
Sometimes it is just, nature doing nature things.
Nature can be disgusting sometimes.
And gross, yeah.
What was it? Vampire IT Guide, you got anything you want to show? You got any special streams or content you want to talk about?
Well, tomorrow I'm going to be starting streaming Tormented Souls, which is an indie survival horror game that was developed here in Chile. The sequel came out, I think it was last year on October. Other than that, anyone wants to check me out, I stream on Twitch, and soon I will also be multi-streaming on YouTube. You can look for me as Seb Salazar VT on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube.
You should try streaming on Rumble because they have like a built-in studio that allows you to multi-stream off of. And you can link all those to it. And then they're really pushing gaming on Rumble. So like as long as you do like 30 hours a month and then do like 5 hours of premium content and then like do ad reads on the show, I think you have to do 5 in a month, and you can join their creator content program and they'll actually start paying you like decently on top of your
thinking
donation.
emoji. I'll take it into consideration.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Beer Juice, you got anything you want to promote?
Yeah, just check me out on social media. X, I am the Beer Juice, all one word. If you're interested in seeing other crap I do, I have a Substack for fake news, and I have G-rated fake news that's finest fake news on X. That's it.
Send this to that one homoerotic homie who still denies his feelings for you.
All right. Van, do you have anything you want to show?
Yeah, fucking me and Hyro are trying to get jobs. So.
You quit your job?
Not yet. I'm basically. I told them that I'm quitting.
You're quiet quitting already, or?
Well, they told me, why don't you just quit then? And I was all like, no, because I need to get fucking paid. I'm not fucking leaving without fucking getting another job for it. I need
line up your
security.
fucking prospects.
Yeah. And they're all like, oh, well, fucking blah, 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 blah. And I'm all like, it's 2025. People quit in a year. Go fuck yourself. And that's why I haven't been streaming a lot. So that explains that. But when we get that going, it'll be fucking great. It'll be fucking awesome. Because I'll be streaming from my place. And things are great.
Child, this weird little in his basement in Chicago.
Yes. Thank you, Tucker.
All right. With that,
sounds kind of exciting.
I'll go ahead and play us out.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
got the stockpile for the zombies, homie, watch out. The feds are plotting now, they knocking like they locked out. Not now, I'm busy. Your dog get knocked down, drop trial, showing y'all the proper way to rock out. I know how this go, looking through the crystal. Everybody hates me and it's every day the list grows. Beat around the bush, yeah. I learned to tiptoe and stand against an army, plugging barrels with the pick rows. Look at who they follow, look at who you follow. If you want me, you can find me at the bottom of the bottle, in the corner of the room, or on the moon like Apollo. For fuck's sake, the earth is not flat, it's hollow, and there's Nazis in it. Shit, if that's true, you're probably gonna find me in it, vibing while we fry Hasidics, ashes in the sky's the limit. I'm just rhyming with it, this is my demented mind and y'all just climbed up in it. Every now and then I can get retarded, people nowadays just getting me started. You don't like it, you can beg my pardon, come and watch the world burn at my party. Every now and then I can get retarded, people nowadays just getting me started. You don't like it, you can beg my pardon, come and watch the world burn at my party. Coming proper with the grammar, you bet I know who they is, but recognizing patterns nowadays is fucking dangerous. Just ask Trevor Noah, he could tell your heads are rolling. It's bloody paradise, like a bunch of dead Samoans. Join me on the balcony, you niggas gotta see this shit. I crossed the line like fucking Trump in North Korea, bitch, yo. LA's on fire, won't Somebody get the chief on the wire. Nope. Cause don't nobody care. I fucking love the smell of burning plastic in the air. I get not a fuck. I found the first mosque and shot it up. Rolled down the window in the truck and yo, Muhammad sucks. Ooh, I'm so edgy, I just cut myself. Bitch, I never leave a damn crib if I could fuck myself. Call me all them names, go ahead, it's the basics. I drop these bars and hit the bar up in the spaceship. Every now and then I can get retarded. People nowadays just getting me started. You don't like it, you can beg my pardon. Come and watch the world burn at my party. Every now and then I can get retarded. People nowadays just getting me started. You don't like it, you can beg my pardon. Come and watch the world burn at my party.